Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and I want to talk to you today about something called microcirculation. Microcirculation is happening every second in our body. At a cellular level, the blood is actually coming into the cells and the waste is moving out of the cells. Of course, it all starts in our heart, which pumps blood into the arteries, which pumps it into smaller arterioles, which pumps it into smaller capillaries. And at a very minute level, the fluid, the plasma of the blood begins to effuse out into the intercellular spaces, and that's now called lymph, which then attaches to toxins and takes toxins back out of the cellular area and supports immunity along the way. The microcirculation is that very fine last bit of nutrition entering the cell and the waste leaving the cell. It's very important in the area of our arteries. The endothelium, the skin that lines our arterial wall, is supported by microcirculation, that fine pumping of blood or nutrition in and the waste leaving through the lymphatic system. And there are many ways to support microcirculation: exercise, antioxidants, meditation, getting de-stressed. There are so many techniques in Ayurveda to help support microcirculation. There's an herb called Brahmi, which is an herb that I've used for years. It's an herb that Ayurveda has used for years to help support mental function, clarity, memory. It's also recently been shown to support the health of the stomach lining against acidic irritation. It supports the production of a chemical called mucin, and certain glycoproteins that actually protect the stomach lining. So it has this real great affinity for helping and supporting the skin. In fact, you'll see Brahmi in a lot of skincare products. It's kind of a new thing. We have it in some of our skincare products because it supports the health of the microcirculation so well. Well, it turns out that Brahmi is an herb that new research, our whole thing at LifeSpa is all about proving ancient wisdom with modern science. And now we have research to prove that this herb called Brahmi is not just for the mind, and now we recently have found out it's also good for the skin, which we're seeing it in skincare products everywhere. We know it's also really important for lymphatic flow. Studies have shown that folks with heavy limbs or swelling limbs have seen significant benefits when taking Brahmi because it supports the lymphatic drainage. You got to remember, if the lymph is not draining well, and therefore the blood can't get into the cells as they should, the body will realize that we don't have enough blood coming in because we can't get the waste going out as well as we should. So the body begins to lay down a protective tissue called fibrous tissue or scar tissue. It's a tissue that doesn't really require much blood. Sort of like you don't water your lawn, you get crabgrass. It's tough grass. If you don't have great microcirculation, you begin to get tough tissues in your body. And it can scar the lining of your arteries, it can scar different parts of your body, affect the quality of your skin inside and outside. Very, very important. And affect the quality of the lymphatic drainage. So your drains are clogged, which is not a really good thing. So studies have shown that in one study, it was 116 people out of 139 people had significant reduction in symptoms related to their scar tissue or fibrous tissue buildup. So Brahmi is really now, proven itself as an herb that supports the ability for us to handle stress. We know that stress is what compromises the ability for us to get the blood in and get the waste out, and sets us up for this increased fibrous production in the body. And we now know that Brahmi actually reverses this process as well. So a really wonderful herb that we definitely put on our list of lymphatic herbs. In Ayurveda, we're all about the lymph and helping make sure the lymph system is moving. It's helping the body open its drains first before we worry about what's coming in. We want to make sure we can get the waste out. That's a critical piece of the Ayurvedic puzzle. So Brahmi definitely is an herb to consider when we're thinking about, microcirculation, the fine ability to get nutrition in, and that very important ability to get waste out. I wrote a pretty comprehensive article citing all the research that's new and pretty compelling about the benefits of Brahmi, not only for your lymphatic system, but for the microcirculation and your nervous system as well. Please check that out. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard.